All right, last but not least, this is the Aries reading for Valentine's, February, the month, whatever suits you. I'm going to get into it. I'll explain the rest in the end. So I have romance cards and some wisdom cards here. I packed into the mix, see if we can get underneath things here. First card, romance for Aries. Here we go. First card we have is the Emperor. There you are in all your glory. The Emperor is really about a take charge kind of character. I'm saying character because this could be either sex, male or female. Someone who has a great wealth of knowledge here to come from. They've been through a lot and have gained their wisdom forward. Very decisive. Someone who takes charge of a situation. This may be someone in our atmosphere or maybe us ourselves. This is Aries energy, so this could be you taking charge in your life in this area some kind of way. So the next card we have, 21, the World. Now this is an interesting one. Usually the World denotes an ending. That is the last card in the majors. So it is about a completion, successful completion. But in this deck here, in the romance deck, it's interesting because you see this couple, they got the weight of the world upon them and they can no longer hold things together. We may have children, jobs, situations that may be tearing us apart is the sense that I get here. Yeah, so there's that. I go to the next card. These really don't, it's really just saying where we're at here. We are in a take charge attitude, or someone around us is. The weight of the world is on us, and we may be, if we're in the relationship with the Emperor, it seems like something's got to crack here. Something's going to give. Next card. We have, what is it? 12. The Hangman. That's about, that can be about a hang time, a need to look at things differently. So we may be in a relationship here that is taking either a time out or the sense they're giving me here with the 21, which is usually what I take from this card, is the weight of the world is upon this relationship and it's about to crack. Something's got to give here. Something's got to give. But I feel like that's what's hinging here. What's giving? There's something here that's got to give and it's not giving. So we're in a relationship, but there's something wrong here. We need to look at things differently. We need to assess things differently. We may be taking charge and control in a certain way, but there's a need to understand something that I don't think we're understanding at this point. So we'll go to the next row here and see if we can illuminate. On top of the Emperor, which is your Aries energy, we have 28. That's the reminder card. And it says, don't forget, it's a reminder to not forget your lessons here. What have we learned? We may have learned something. What's going on here? We may have learned something in this relationship. And we may need that at this time to go forward. And the sense is, be careful, don't forget what you've learned so far so that we can carry that forward, is the sense I'm getting. Again, I do feel, I don't know, I don't feel this is a relationship that's broken. I feel it's a relationship in transition. I feel like we don't know what we're going to do here. We need to look at things differently than we have been. And we've learned some lessons here, and we need to use that to go forward. So on top of 21 here, which speaks to the weight of the world on us to the degree that it may split the relationship. Again, sometimes, you know, you have relationships and they're great and groovy, but you have kids and the responsibility of life, and suddenly it's not great and groovy anymore. We can't, it won't fly. This is the sense I'm getting. May have been good single, but now we may have a family here and it's just so much stress that we can't keep it together. So what do we get on there? We get the Lost card. So this could be what was going on. We may have a lust for our partner that once you gain a family, it's can't, how do you say? That choo-choo train don't run as fast. When you get into the families, you have to kind of flow with it and downgrade. We can't just go lost all the way. So I feel like the Aries may be in a position here where they're realizing that in the relationship that they're in. We want the lust, we want that, but other things are getting in the way. So this clarifies this card as a need to look at things different. It's like we can keep the lust, we just have to adapt some things, right? So next card here is 26, talking about honesty. That's the first step, right? You need to be honest with the partner about what it is, you know, that's going on. Maybe we miss the lust and we don't communicate that to our partner, or maybe we want, like, we want more of it. We need to communicate that. Either way, there's something here that, I mean, you can never go wrong when honesty is involved. Okay, so reminder, that's basically about lessons and taking them forward. To make sure that we've learned a lesson here is the sense that I get for Aries. So we got to make sure that we take that forward. On top of that, we get the 19. 19 is about sunshine, joy, happiness, and sunflowers. Can also be about children. There's two cards here with children in them. It's the sense I get. Just give me a minute here. Yeah. It's interesting. It comes on here. I feel like children are highly. We may. Okay. We may have had a situation here where we had intimacies with a partner, had a child, and then it changed the dynamic of the relationship. Now, we may go and have another child and expect all that stuff to come back. It's kind of like going like, I don't know if that's the right tone here. So the thing is I feel like the lesson here is about the children for some reason. I feel like the Aries is in a position here where we want lust, but we may be creating more children, which creates more distance between the partner with the way that we're looking at things, right? We need to look at things differently than we are, but this is what we're doing. We're creating more havoc in the relationship than we know how to deal with, is really what I'm getting. But nonetheless, we're happy about it, and there may be like I get the feeling here that a child is either being introduced to the family here. It might be a surprise, really. On the lust card, we have the Queen of Swords. This is interesting. Again, the weight of the world, right? Because it was great when we're like single and the lust was flowing, but then you have children and things change, right? We got to tone that down. I feel like for someone here, one of these, whoever's energy I'm picking up on, we want lust with our partner, and we may have been not thinking of pregnancy. We got pregnant, and it crushed the lust department. So now we're like, okay, we're not going to do that again, but we may have another child coming into the picture and creating a scenario all over again. So beware of that, because lust does create third entities here in children. Now the Queen of Swords. Give me a minute. Queen of Swords, she's been through the mill, right? She's got that sword in defense card, like, don't you cross me. Don't cross me. Laying a boundary here. Give me a minute to sort this out. Because somewhere I feel like there's a new child coming into the picture. And somewhere I feel like we're diving into intimacies. And somewhere now I'm feeling like there's a boundary being laid. So I don't know. If we want more lust, why is the boundary being laid? Something about children, okay? I may not be picking up on it right here. On the honesty, what do we get there? We get 17, the star. And that is about hope. Yeah. Again, there's a need for us to look at things differently in order to completely digest things and also come from an honest core. The star is about hope, but I don't know if we're going to infuse truth in that. The sense I'm getting is that we're going to hope for the best, but there's something missing here. The Sun card ultimately is about happiness and joy and fulfillment. But this child is just sticking out like 3D. So it may be that we just have a child here that we have some boundaries with. Not with the child with us, but maybe in the relationship. Give me a minute here. Maybe the boundary is I don't want no more children. Maybe the Aries is saying, no, I don't want. But, like, if this is the partner, that could be. The partner may want more children. And we may be saying, no, it's already caused problems here. And I got enough I got to deal with on my plate here. That might be. And then the sense here is we need to look at things differently. We may be refusing to have sex with a partner because we know the partner wants to have children and we're not up for that. But the thing is all we have to do is communicate with that partner honestly and tell them what we feel. And we'll either get over it or, you know, go forward in some kind of way. The star is about hope. Again, I feel like somebody wants children, maybe somebody doesn't. I feel like that's the boundary here. Okay, let's get the infinity cards, see what's going on. On top of the 19, the Sun card, we get diamond in the rough. And that's usually attuned to mean, excuse me, I got hiccups. Someone that we realize needs a lot of work. Like we may have, you know, we have our eye on someone, or we're dating someone, or we're with someone, but we realize they're not really our type. They got a lot of chipping away before they become that diamond out of this triangle type thing, you know. So that's that. It's like someone here needs work, is the sense. Okay, on top of the Queen of Swords, we have 51 stimulus. So there's something here about the lust department, because stimulus is about, you know, kind of going off of looks alone, superficial. It can also speak to pornography and whatnot. Either we're in this mode where we're looking outward for things that are better looking or better stimulating, more stimulating in that way, or we're trying to make our partner become more stimulating to us in that way and trying to kind of chip away at them. Okay, this is on the star card. We have the chill. Well, this is very confused energy. I realize I'm on the new moon here, so it's kind of it's hard to attain the energy here. Now this chill card really speaks to being calm, cool, and collected. Or a need for this, or we are in this mode. And then the little ticks off the head really symbolizes intuition and connecting with someone on that kind of a level. Can also speak to telepathy, having to do with twin souls and whatnot, if you're into that area. Give me a minute. I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to suss this out before we get into the sex direction, because I feel like this is a little more complicated than it looks on the surface. You know what? I'll leave it at that. We have someone here that's a diamond in the rough. We have someone here that we're stimulated. It's interesting that we go towards this diamond in the rough for the stimulation, and I'm trying to understand that. Are we trying to change our partner into a more someone we appreciate more in some kind of way? Like, are we trying to change them to what we perceive as beautiful, this kind of thing? I'm kind of getting that. But nonetheless, we got an Emperor energy here. I just want to say, and usually that man knows who he is and what he wants as he goes forward. And I feel like that's the only dominant person here, like alternate partner. Something off here. We're trying to shine this guy into a diamond, and it's like he is a diamond. So he is what he's going to be, so we can't really change him. So there's something weird here. Okay, we'll see if we can go to the sex side and figure it out. So anyway, first card, sex side, Aries. Here we go. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is about a new beginning in love and sex, period. That's about emotional, having really deep emotional sex, really, with someone that we care about. So, next card, Seven of Swords. This is about not having sex. This is interesting. Okay, I was picking it up here. Because we have an Emperor and then we have a Diamond in the Rough. These could be the two characters. Okay? Because I feel like there's one area, because we have the Queen of Swords blocking it off, and then we have one area where we're going all in. What's given here? There's something not jiving. So the Ace of Cups does signify a new direction. And it's the Ace, so it's the beginning processes of emotional fulfillment in the bedroom. Next, Seven of Wands. This is 7. It's past 5. So it's someone that we've been on a routine with. Again, they were talking about truth. There's the Sword of Truth. Where did I get it? Oh, no, it wasn't this one. No, it was it? Honesty, yeah. They're talking about honesty. There's something here between this couple that needs to be discussed. Need to be honest with the couple. So here's the scenario. I feel like somebody's playing around here. So we just have to tell our partner that we're done and go in that new direction. That's all it is. Because that's what I'm getting. Someone's gone off, found a new love, and for some reason we're not telling, we're keeping our partner, keeping them under wraps. We're not going to have sex with them because maybe we don't like them or we're not attracted to them, or there's so much about that partner we want to change that we just don't like them, truly. So we're going outward to get something else right there, right? Going outward to get that. And when we're inward, we're just not going to discuss it. Okay, next. Sorry, it's frustrating energy here. We have 20 Judgment. And again, I just had this in Sag reading. 20 is about the universe coming in. That's Cupid himself coming in there and tying things together. Bringing another partner in. Feels like it's this here. This new direction that's come forth. But in the meantime, we may have one here that's we're trying to get rid of. Or we're not trying to get rid of. We're trying to keep both for whatever reason. Okay? That may be what's going on. So we're going to clarify here with the pagan cards. On top of the Ace of Cups, we have, interesting, 5 of Cups. This jumps to a loss. We may have a deep emotional, intimate encounter we had here, but somehow we may have lost it, or there's feelings of loss around it. Next, 7 of Wands. Somewhere here, we're not dealing with issues with a partner, okay? This may be one partner, but if it's one partner, it's one hell of a complicated relationship, but going up and down all the time. Each partner has two sides to them, is the sense, because it really does feel like there's 2 people here or 4 people here. Like, meaning one partner has 2 sides to them where they're playing into someone and then backing off. And then the other partner has the same. They're playing in and backing off. And they're showing each side of me like it's an individual. 7 of Wands. Sorry, guys. This one's complicated. Is the Hierophant and Fear. So this is about a couple, right? They are not talking. They're not having sex. And they're certainly not being illuminated to the truth here. There's truth in the air that needs to be laid, but neither one is speaking to the other. So we're not going to solve anything. Fear. There's a fear to discuss, I guess, between both parties. Nobody wants to discuss nothing. Because either, because they know once they do discuss it, something has to be done, is the sense I'm getting. No matter what side here. It may be that each person knows, like, we may have one person stepping out and the other person knows that the person's stepping out, but they don't want to, neither one of them want to let go of the relationship for whatever reason. They don't want to chime in, but they don't want to chime out. So it's codependent is what this screams of. And then, so they're just both staying there doing their thing. Now, on the judgment here, and this can be about a tying, a uniting of two people or an untying of people, really. But here I get it's a tying of two people. We get the Five of Pentacles, and that is talking about lack or dependence. Again, codependent. That's why we're not leaving. That's why nobody's talking. Because we're dependent, and if we leave this person, we'll be in lack, whether it's emotional, financial, whatever. Physical. Will be in lack. So we don't want to lack, so we're staying. Okay? Now, on the Ace of Pentacles, again, I'm unsure if this is two people, like one person in the partnership that's having an affair, or if it's just two people that are really scattered energies. So the Ace of Pentacles, again, is heartbreak and loss attached. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Talks about an opportunist with, and he has gifts. He bears gifts. So, yeah, he's a knight, but he is, he's all about the money and what you can attain and what you can bring forth. And he will take every chance he can to gain that pentacle. Though he is a bearer of gifts, we may be receiving gifts from someone and taking advantage of that, or give me a minute. Just wanted to. Yeah, I feel like gifts has something to do with why we're staying. Like opportunist, right? So we take every opportunity that comes from this person. So, okay, I'm going to carry on. 7 on there again, no talking, and there's a fear to talk because we're codependent. We have the Hangman about suffering and final hurdles. So it seems like what this relationship has really come to, this is the second Hangman. We had, or is it? Yeah, we had the first Hangman here. And he does speak to needing to look at things from a different perspective. Here, the Hangman is jumping out the window and escaping. So there may be someone in this relationship feeling this way. Though for some reason I don't feel it's the Aries. I feel it's the partner outside of the Aries. But it's like a final frontier here. We got to get over something. But nothing's wanting to be said. We just want to sneak out the back door and not be noticed, is the sense. So on the judgment, the tying of something here, you know, this may have been a karmic relationship that we just are finished with, really is the sense. We may have done our karmic duty and now we are free to go. Now, we end up in a feeling of lack or dependence. So that can create more karma. The card on top of there, again, 18 plus, speaks to empty pleasures. So there it is. We got someone here that we get physical attention from, intimacy and whatnot. There's stimulus, but something wrong here. There's lust, but the weight of the world is on this relationship, and it's like it can't hold it no more, because we may have just the lust, and that's it, and not much else. Okay? There's something here about diamond in the rough. This doesn't fit either. There's an energy here. This doesn't fit. If I'm talking about this guy, it's jumping out the window. It doesn't fit. So I don't know. Okay, we'll carry on here. Last row. We get the Knight of Pentacles, and this guy talks to prosperity, patience, and deep connection. So we have a Knight of Pentacles and a Knight of Pentacles. So this is the dude you're dealing with. This is one man, is what they're telling me. It's one man. May have had a commitment with this man, okay? Have. On top of the Hangman, again, I was getting a need for the Aries to look at things differently. And here I feel like that's the partner escaping, okay? So I feel like that's this. On top of that escape, we get the Tower card. This may be something that you don't realize. The partner may want out or is trying to get out. And this may be a shock to us, or something in this way may be shocking to learn about our partner. Because he's going into this energy like he's the cause of it. Okay? Now, here's the empty... we're feeding our lust, but not much else. There's empty pleasures. Either we're not attracted to our partner in any emotional depth, it's just physical, or we just, you know, there's just kind of a surface relationship here, and we're just not getting any further than that. On top of that, we get the Nine of Cups talking about true happiness. Now, this is the Nine of Cups, but in the sex deck, it's about empty. And this is the Nine of Cups talking about happiness. Full. Give me a minute. We may have thought that this person could fulfill our hopes and wishes, and realize now, after, you know, what we've been through, that it's come to just empty pleasures after all this time. It's the sense I'm getting. Okay. Oh, that's such a cliffhanger, man. Oh, that's a cliffhanger. I want to pull 3 more, but I can't. So we have a Knight here coming in, and he may be creating a Tower moment here for the Aries, bringing in something here that is going to shock the pants off the Aries. Now, it's either going to make our wishes come true or leave us empty. Now, it's interesting because it ends with true happiness. Man, this could go in a myriad of ways. And what they're telling me, they're going, look at that eye, how we see everything. Because once this guy comes in and says his peace, everything will be seen by the Aries. It's not being seen at all in the right form. It's all about illusions and whatnot, but I feel like this guy's going to come in and clear it all up here. So whichever way that goes, because I'm really conflicted here. We started out with the Judgment. We either are in a relationship we are karmically tied to. We're in a relationship that we were karmically tied to. Usually this means we're tying two people together in a relationship. That's what it means. So Aries, you're one of them, and the Knight is the other. Now, on top of that, we talk about dependence. We may have become dependent upon that person. And again, the reminder here, man, this is complicated, talks about a lesson that we needed to learn, which again brings me back to karma and all of the things that this partner exposed for this relationship exposed us to understand better what we want in a relationship. It's really what I get. We become dependent on them, okay? We found that the lust became empty pleasure. And now we're going to look for our true happiness. Now, either this man's going to give it to us, or he's going to set us free so that we can find it, really is what I'm getting. So whatever way here, and again, they're bringing a lot of shock into the picture here. But there is sunshine. So whichever way that the shock comes, as long as we're not coming from our ego, I think we're going to end up in a happier place because it's going to bring us to our happy. So if it wasn't here, we're going to get there. If it was here, then maybe this man's going to bring it forward and create it for us, is the sense I'm getting. Okay, so either way, it's a lot. It's all over the place, this reading. So I got my anime cards from my son's deck, and I'm going to throw one up here. It talks about angels and whatnot. See what kind of guidance they can come out with. And we have Camiel or Hamiel, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce half of these. It speaks to justice within a relationship. This is interesting because judgment and justice are very closely tied. I feel like, okay, this makes more sense with this card, because whatever injustices we've had in this relationship are truly going to come to bear and be balanced at this time, is the sense I get. That's what I get. Now it's making sense. It's like, okay, if we had imbalances in this relationship, it's now time to, if we had an imbalance, it's time to balance it out. So if someone was, how do you say, someone was being, I don't want to use harsh words, but if someone was, I cannot get my word. I'll have to use the harsh word because I can't find other words. Mercury. Like if someone is being abused in the relationship, the balance is going to come to the abuser. This is what I'm getting. So this is all going to hit the fan here. And again, somebody's trying to sneak away. If it's not you, it could be you. It could be the other partner. Someone's trying to sneak away, and there's a reason that they sneak is because they feel they can't face you. So there's something here about balancing in that way. I feel like this is coming. So anyway, I'm going to read from the book on that. We'll see what we get from the book talking about justice. Hamiel, I don't know. They don't give me pronunciations. I'll have to look it up. Okay, justice. Here we go. So it says, he is the agent of divine justice and as such is a powerful arbiter and force. Are you currently undergoing situations that appear as tests? Are you involved in situations that are not weighted in your favor? Do you feel a sense of injustice about events in your life? Okay. This is the energy that's going to clear it out over this this next time here. Like, well, in February. This appears to remind you that there is only one justice, divine justice. And that's the thing, I think, no matter who you talk to in this partnership, they're both wrong. Because their perception is off. I had, what card was it here that tuned me into that energy? Let me find it. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm thinking of another reading, but no. The sense here of this is really, it's got a heavy connotation that we're not looking at things properly. And when it comes to this justice, I feel like absolutely that's going to be, the Aries going to be in a way where they do not admit that they're wrong, but they may be in the wrong, but they do not perceive themselves in the wrong, this kind of thing. But nonetheless, do you feel a sense of injustice about events in your life? It's going to come to the surface at this point. If you connect with that justice and live according to its laws, then you know that decisions made in testing times are aligned with your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being, and you have no need for self-doubt around the decisions you've taken. You will have a certainty, a clarity, a knowing that are not affected by the external world and a differing belief systems. The law of karma operates as an objective means of assessing and remediating injustice throughout both of your lifetime and those of others. That's interesting. So they say it encourages the clearing of karma in this lifetime through the use of decision making aligned with your higher purpose and evolution, so that you are freed from perpetual reincarnation on earth. As a consequence, your eternal soul is freed to continue its evolution on astral planes. Now, Mars is the planet here, and that, I think that is the Aries, that links highly with Aries. Mars is dynamic and focused. It can be a powerful tool when directed towards dispersing life's challenges. Make careful and ethical choices around how you direct your energy. Your choices must be aligned with universal laws. I feel like, unfortunately, the readings that I've done in the past support this as well. I feel like the Aries has not done this. They have not understood the universal laws, nor have they understood, what did they say? Nor do they understand ethical choices, ethics. I think they're kind of cockeyed there. I think that's where the injustice is they may be doing things for themselves, not necessarily in an ethical way. And this may be where we either have to pay the price or we will be repaid with karma. So I feel like that's a heavy thing here. The Aries, again, used to going ahead full force, bumping into things and whatnot, and not taking a lot of laws into account as they do this. This is maybe where they're going to learn the process here. Again, justice. And we may have both parties wrong in what they see as justified in this scenario, and we may have law coming to clarify that. We may have a law that doesn't rule in favor of either one and sets them both straight so that they know what is truly right here. And I feel like it's morality and ethics that has to do with here, teaching a lesson of the two in this. Nonetheless, sorry. The dragon card is Deep Blue Dragon. Keep you safe by clearing your pathway. Trust that you are protected and walk the path of light, and that is the key here. You just do what's right and you'll get through. You'll get by. But if you go out making havoc, it's going to come back to you, and you're going to be looking over your shoulder. And that was another thing that they said in there too, was, you know, if we do good, then we can expect good, and we have no worries about having to watch our back. And that's really, I think, the lesson here that's going to be learned, is that, you know, we may mess with the wrong person one day, and it just will not be forgiven so easily. And it may be that that day's coming sooner than we thought, really, because I'm getting the Tower card. They're showing me the Tower. You know, it's going to come sooner. May have messed with the wrong person and didn't give credit that there would be a justified balance here. But over everything, you are protected. You have the Deep Blue Dragon. You are protected as long as you do good, and you are good. You'll be fine. So you have no worries. So from here on in, that's all you can do, is do good and be good from here on in. If we are not, the consequences are going to be dire. In order to really learn that lesson, to test you, as they say in this book, to test you of where the boundaries are and whatnot. So heavy. So that is the last of my Valentine seasonals. Again, I am in MeWe, Infinity Readings group there. I do weekly readings there. I'm going to be doing monthly. I'm going to be doing monthly readings here on YouTube. And also I'll have live healing nights every now and then. I will be announcing them in the MeWe room. I'll have that connected to my Valentine's intro, so if you want to join there, feel free. In the meantime, happy Valentine's Day. Take care, have fun, and be kind.